Hello guys, and thank you for coming to check out the channel today. It is Sunday and we are here to look at the new and anticipated game Manor Lords. So the game released a couple of days ago. Unfortunately it's only today that I've been able to look at the game. I have literally spent a few minutes on the game only yesterday. So in today's episode, what I'd like to do is just take a brief view at the game, look at how it all works. But if you haven't heard yet of Manor Lords, then in short, it's very similar to other titles such as Stronghold. And the purpose is to set up a settlement, a camp, to ultimately build a fortified castle and look after your settlers, build an army to fend off your neighbours. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so we are in the loading screen here, and the game has given us this prompt to state that this game is still in development. Manor Lords is an indie passion project, and even though it's been 7 years, this game still needs more time to fully complete. Certain game or platform features aren't yet available, and you will probably encounter bugs. Feel free to drop back onto our Discord channel where I will try and respond every day. Thank you for understanding as I continue to work on this game. Greg from Manor Lords Development. Okay, so we'll just hit the continue function there and then we'll go into new game. So here we have a number of options, so we can name our character. Let's go Game Junkie, if I can spell, that is. And again, we've got a few choices of portraits to select from, and of those I think we'll go with the young chap here, just because I think that will show us a bit of our journey, almost sort of peasant looking like, right through to hopefully something like this at the end, a big mighty knight as we fight through and warn off all our neighbours, that sort of thing. So again, we can create our own coat of arms. I quite like the sort of traditional looking arms with the 4 sectors. And I'm sure we can change the various colours and symbols. But, you know, I'm not too worried about that for the time being. So we'll just hit continue. And then we've got our game setup map. So the scenarios, I think we've almost got some choices in that we go from sort of the easy, medium and heavy difficulties there. So in terms of today, I think we'll go for this middle one, but just to run through, we'll go Rise to Prosperity. The premise here: fulfilling the requirements of your citizens, plan and rule your medieval town as you see fit without worrying about combat. The victorious sort of conditions being reach the large town settlement level. After that you may choose to continue in the endless mode. We have then restoring the peace. 2 territories in the north are claimed by the illegitimate baron whose castle is located off the map. Bandit camps reside in the other unclaimed regions. Build and expand at your own pace. When ready, challenge the baron for the northern territories. And then what I assume to be the hard difficulty: on the edge, grow your city and raise forces as quickly as you can. The lands are pestered by raiders and undefended settlements will also push or perish quickly. So yeah, as I say, we'll go with the middle one, and then I think we've got the difficulty here also with the relaxing, default and challenging. Again, we'll just stay with the default option and hit the begin. So again, if you haven't seen any of this game, there's a couple of YouTubers already playing this at the minute, so I do appreciate you guys checking out the channel. But you can get this certainly on Steam, which is where I picked it up for, and I think it's currently on sale at the time of recording and stream for about £27. So it is sort of on the heavy side of costings, especially for a game that's still an early access version. But as I say, it is a sort of slight discount on the ordinary price, so I would suggest looking to get it sooner rather than later, because I think that sale is only on for the next couple of days. Okay, so in terms of our overlay here, we'll just run through that very quickly. So we'll activate the pause down the bottom right, and then we'll go through what we've got. So it appears we've got unsigned families. So families without an assignment will work on construction, including guiding the ox to transport timber. Then we have our assigned family area. Living space, how many families in the region can currently accommodate. To increase it, build or expand your burgage plots. We then have total population, no population growth, all burgage plots are occupied. Okay. Approval, controls, population. So again, with most games like this, you sort of have to have your approval over the 50% mark for the camp to start to grow, and I think over 75% the camp grows at double the rate as opposed to the barrier of the 50 to sort of 74% mark. Following on from that, we have our public order. So this governs the chance of crime occurring, as well as citizens permanently turning to banditry. Region wealth, amount of money owned by villagers from this region. This can be used to import or converted to treasury via tax policy. Livestock, by the looks of that, then we're going to have some stables and pasture space also. Number of months before supplies run out. So even burgage plots consume one food and one fuel per month. Fuel consumption in the winter seems to be doubled. Additionally, workspaces consume one fuel per month as well. For food, 4 months, fuel, no consumption. So the current settlement camp, I think this is almost like your window or your sort of level at the minute. So each level gets you a development point, which you can then use to specialise your town and make it more efficient. So if we click on that, that will give us almost like our research tree. So specialise your region. After you reach the next settlement level, you will be granted a development point to spend. Unlock development branches to make your region more efficient. To enact policies, you need to raise your administration level by building administrative buildings like the manor. Got it. So again, there's a number of pages within this page here. So what does this do? Surplus shows stock minus reserve numbers. Okay. Construction, to that will show us an overview then of our construction parts. Timber, plank, stone, tools, wooden parts, roof tiles and blocks. We then also have food, which is split into meat, vegetables, berries, bread, eggs, apples and honey. Fuel made up of firewood and charcoal. Crops, we have wheat, flax, barley, rye, dung and fertilizer. Crafting materials including grain, flour, hides, leather, wool, yarn, linen, wax, malt, iron ore, iron slab, clay and dyes. Commodities, cloaks, clothes, candles, salt, ale, shoes and herbs. And then finally we have military, where it looks like we can craft various things such as sidearms, war bows, small shields, large shields, spears, helmets, mail armour, plate armour, gambesons and pole arms. And that's if I'm saying that correctly. So we have a new message. Let's have a look at that. So, victory condition dominance. Build up your town, your manor, and when ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponents. Once a claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. Okay, so I'll unite these lands under my rule. So I think by the looks of this then we're going to have a bit of a run through in terms of a tutorial. So in Manor Lords, families need food and fuel and roof above their heads to survive. Supplies in the region panel above shows how much you've got left. Got it. Okay. So, I mean, before we dive into anything further, I think overall the appearance of the game looks quite promising. Certainly the trees rendered quite well, as is the grass. So in terms of controls, it's the normal sort of WASD keys to move around, left, right, up and down. We've got the mouse control, which is a simple case of holding in the scroll button to zoom, as well as move and pan left and right. So presumably these are our little families. So how many do we have there? We've got 6, 7, 8. So I don't know how the family sort of dynamics made up. I think there's some more over there. Okay. So just zooming out. Okay, so if you zoom out too far, you come to this sort of overview page. So let's spin it around so we're sort of facing north, per the text at least. So we have a number of icons. I think we were over here somewhere, weren't we? Yeah. So the icons then, if we start left to right, we have trade points that are obviously the border of the map. We have stone deposits, we have clay deposits, iron deposit, wild animals, berry deposits. So I think everything else is pretty much duplicated then, hasn't it? So presumably I've lost the camp. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this view shows you which regions are under whose control. You can press claims to other regions when you gain enough influence. Got it. Okay, so I try and stay in the same orientation just so I don't get lost. So our camp is just sort of in this area here. And this is our homeless people's tent. Okay. So what do we need to do now then? Presumably we're going to have to look at some of these. So roads and carts. Some workplaces allow villagers to use hand carts to transport up to 10 goods at once. However, pulling a hand cart off-road is extremely slow, so make sure you connect your buildings to your roads. Got it. Okay. So by the looks of it, there is some sort of contour lining there, and I'm looking sort of along the horizon. This area is somewhat on a hill, so I'd imagine contour does affect the performance of the pulling of the carts then or something. Okay. I don't really know where the roads are supposed to be being built, so we'll just skip that one. And then on the construction page, we have another pop-up. Every region in Manor Lords has strengths and weaknesses. Be sure to check out all the resource deposits as well as investigate the soil fertility before deciding on the direction of your town. If your region has weak fertility, consider setting up trade early. Got it. Okay. So how do we work out our fertility then? Map, army, construction. Oh wow. So we can actually control a 3D player. Well, that is very cool. Oh wow. I like that. So over here we have our treasury, which is our taxes. Your personal money, usually collected from taxes, can be used for diplomacy, hiring retinue and mercenaries, as well as settling a new region. Build a manor to enable taxation in any controlled region. We have annual royal tax, no tax to be paid. Influence, required for diplomacy and pressing claims. Can be gained from the tithe, conquering brigands and upgrading your churches and manors. King's favour. This can be used for diplomatic purposes, including pressing and refuting claims. Okay, so I think what we can perhaps look to do is get some industry then up and running. So in terms of that, from our construction menu, we will have logging camp, woodcutter's lodge, sawpit, forester's hut, hunting camp, forager hut, and a priory which is currently locked. So I think we'll get some food on the way. Yes, we have some wild animals there. So again, for the time being, we'll just plonk that there. Some sort of auto save feature just there then. So they are all coming in over here. So again, we have another pop-up here. So in all cases, resources in Manor Lords have to be physically moved. It can take a moment, so feel free to change the game speed if you feel like it. Game speed controls are in the bottom right. Got it. Okay, so they've all come running over. This building has no assigned families. Select it and assign a family whenever you'd like to start production. Got it, okay. So presumably this is the button we need to hit. So we'll put one family there for the time being. Oh wow, there they are with their bow and arrows. Can we follow? No. So in the woods they go, off to find and gather the food. Hunter-gatherers bringing home the bacon. So that should at least help us a little bit with our food. Let's look at gathering some wood. Now, what do we need? So if we go to a logging camp then, perhaps we can look to put that on the top of the hill up there. Unassigned families, got it. So, timber transportation. Timber requires oxen to be moved. Villagers will automatically get the ox when they need it. Got it. So off they go. Oh yeah, look. The wood is literally being taken by the ox. Summer's coming soon. So yeah, like I've previously said, this game does very much remind me of previous titles like Stronghold. We have a new message. Let's see what's what. I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honour against those who wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumours and slanders that some may spread about me. Signed and sealed by my own seal, Hildebont van Berinnerut. Meh. Right back. Okay, so rhetoric, negotiation, declaration. Okay, so we can almost drag over our response as to what we wish to say. So, you have no rightful claim to sell bits and Hofseten. Send. Let's see what comes of that. Dear Outlaws. Ah, yet another dog has crawled here. So clearly these have negative things. So we might as well just be pleasant. Send it on. I'm sure things will change in the not so near distant future. Oh, bit of lag. Yeah, that was certainly laggy there. Okay, so they're still building the logging camp then. And again, for the purposes of the video, we shall speed things up. While human workforce has to be assigned by default, livestock workforce is shared between workplaces. However, you can bind it to a workplace permanently in the Advanced tab. Just watch out so that you have unassigned oxen if you have any construction going on. Got it, okay. No idea what that means. So then we have these sort of banners below. Exposed goods, generic storage. Goods stored here are vulnerable to weather damage and need to be moved to a storehouse. Exposed goods in the pantry. Goods stored here are vulnerable to weather damage and need to be moved to a granary. Homelessness. These people wait for more burgage plots, cause a loss of approval and a possibility of freezing in winters. Homelessness cannot be part of any militia units either. Okay. Ah, yes, so they are literally just dumped on the floor, aren't they? Hitching posts. Okay, I'm slightly following that then. So let's put a family on the logging camp. So this chap here has now turned into a woodcutter. So presumably he's going to go and start chopping down the trees. And indeed he is, right. Certainly takes a few swing of the axe there. And here we go, timber. Timber, right. What's the process once it's down on the ground then? He's chopping it into more. I'm sure when we put down the hunting camp, there was at least two people that ran off to sort all the meats, but there's only the one woodcutter. I could be wrong, I don't know. Summer's coming soon, allegedly. Well, again, that would be nice, because here in the UK we're having torrential weather today, which isn't necessarily too uncommon for April, but certainly over the years that have gone by, it's almost sort of t-shirt weather in the outdoors, but today clearly not. So presumably now this ox is transporting the timber from here, I think. So possibly what's happening then is the supplies is coming from here to the internal storage of the logging camp. Looks to be. And then I wonder if this disappears. Yeah, so that only leaves us one more timber. So what shall we build next? Logistics, granary, storehouse. So worker collect, store and distribute your goods using the pantry if needed, they will also automatically set up stalls on the marketplace to distribute the stored goods to the burgage plots, sorry. Okay, so then we've got construction here of the storehouse, very similar titles. Pack station, use this building to set up a barter connection, allowing you to send and receive goods between this and another region in your command. Employs mules to transport up to 20 goods per trip. Okay. Suppose we could always set that up just there, because I think trading with our neighbours could be quite key. So we've got 4 hides and 8 meat stored within this camp here. Presumably, just inside that tent there. Or is that our little camp? Ah, no, just there. Oh, see, again, it's quite detailed considering that's just within the camp. Smoke coming from within. So what else can we look to install? Residential. Provides living space for a single family or two when expanded. Okay, so some buildings have flexible borders. Place 4 points to designate an area. 1. The cursor will snap to the roads and buildings to try and create an organic shape. 2. You can leave more space for future sort of extension upgrades. And 3. The first 2 points mark the front of the house by default. Right, okay. Okay, so where is it? Burgage plots. Not enough goods. Okay. I'll put that there. So I do like how you can see the people actually building it as opposed to it just being popped down. And now they're all moving to the burgage plot. So we have no planks to note. So we are going to need also which one was under construction? Planks, that one. I know, stick that there. So hopefully this will give us a hut for the families to live in. Oh, okay, so this is what is meant by the overlay. So fire hazard work in progress, smell work in progress, emmer fertility, flax fertility, barley fertility, rye. Oh, that's typical. Now, I'm assuming green is good. I think that makes the most logical sense, doesn't it? Green is good. So in that case, I think we could perhaps start to look at putting some sort of settlers camp. Do we have a set? What? Place it on the empty claimed territory in order to settle it. Grants base starting and 5. So that's homeless people's tents as opposed to settlement tents. Shrine or a shrubbery. Farming. Field. Space to grow various crops including wheat, flax and barley. To employ peasants on your fields you need to build a farmhouse. Alright, so you can sort of create your own fields then, can you? Let's put that there. A pasture, sheep farm, windmill, communal oven. Where do we put the other... Oh, tavern. So there's clearly lots to it. I'm probably not doing things in the greatest order at the minute, but as I say, this is very much a first look, just to get the bearings of it. So let's look at the message we've got here. So plotting the fields then. So fields in Manor Lords need to be very large to be effective, but also take a long time to be ploughed by hand. For a starting village, try a field size about 1 morgan. Later, if you want the region to focus on farming, you can consider spending development point to unlock heavy plough upgrade, which allows ploughing much bigger fields far more effectively using oxen. You also remember to check the ground fertility. Some crop types are more picky about the soil they grow on. Got it. Burgage plots. Homelessness will move to the plot, and if approval is high enough, it might attract new families too. However, families need to be more than just space to be happy. Click on the building to check on their... Got it. Oh, another message. Farming. Farmhouse employs families to work on the fields. The workforce is distributed proportionally in accordance with the field's set priority level. When crops are growing, they absorb certain nutrients from the soil, temporarily lowering its fertility and thus diminishing yields over time. To combat this, consider changing the crop types, or even better, leaving the field to fallow for a year. Got it. Okay. Sort of making sense, I suppose. So that field there, I'm assuming that you can go into it to select. Yeah, okay, makes sense. So if we then say put wheat in that one, brings back the lost fertility. Crop rotation triggers after the harvest season ends. Keeping the fields fallow regenerates the most fertility. Okay. Presumably then we can hit that to change it over. Okay. So presumably this is some sort of upgrade. Fence up. Development branches missing. Fertilization. Right, okay. So no one's going to start working on there just yet because we haven't built our farmhouse, so perhaps we can put that somewhere there. Let's take a look at the burgage plot there then. So again, all the detail with the weaved fencing, thatched roofs. So let's just go back into this then. So we have a couple of upgrades and things we can consider. So upgrade to level 2 requires 4 timber. Settlement level required small village, requirements not met. Level 2 will generate region wealth per family per month. Unlocks new extensions, including artisan workshop. Residential requirements will increase. So we can construct a backyard extension. Extension adds extra production fertility to the residential buildings. So we can have a vegetable garden, chicken coop, a goat shed, an apple orchard. A bakery extension, tailor's workshop, armourer's workshop, blacksmith, cobbler's workshop, Fletcher's brewery extension, or joiner's workshop. I think we'll go with the chicken coop, just so we can get some eggs. Everyone loves a good egg. So we'll put another family on the saw pits. I'm not going to move anyone onto the storehouse just yet, because at the minute we've only got 2 unassigned families, so I'll need to use 1 for the farmhouse, and then we need to keep 1 spare so we can continue construction. So our supplies are still there. Okay, I suppose we can, for the time being, put that on the storehouse just so we can have our supplies moved there so we don't lose it should any bad weather come. And again, we'll just hit the fast forward function. Family requests more market area for their stall. What's meant by that? Construction, residential. Our marketplace provides space for the assigned families to set up their stalls and distribute their products. Okay. Suppose we can go there, there, there. Build. Supply and demand. A well-supplied marketplace is the lifeblood of your town. Assigned families will set up stalls automatically as long as there's enough space on the market. However, over specific categories, be sure to check your current supply and demand. Burgage plots closest to the market get their market requirements fulfilled first. Okay, got it. Another autosave. Did we not put down? So that's the hunter. So we can upgrade that. Provides crude living space for 5 families. Contrary to burgage plots, can't be upgraded or expanded, but may cause a small loss of approval. Best suited as workers' accommodation for outposts. So we can add another ox, order a new horse, or upgrade to a small stable. And again, we don't want to do that just yet. Okay, so it does show you the various people. Permanent livestock. Firewood and stone. Bread and tools. So the tools should go over there. And the bread, I'm not sure. Okay, so he's built his little food stall. Construction finished over there. And that is still going. So what do you need? You need timber. Logging camp. So you are producing timber. We just haven't got any planks, so do we need to... How much firewood have we got? Exposed stocks are getting soaked. Storehouse. A saw pit, so we did build that. Construction reserves, nothing stored inside. Where's our people there? You. Carpenter is waiting. As are you. What are you waiting for, I wonder? So you just brought... you're building there, are you? Okay. So what we perhaps need to do is try and have more families join us. So we're going to have to perhaps upgrade this then. So to get more population, you need to have enough empty burgage plots and your approval to be over 50%. Got it. Okay. Let's put that as priority high just so we can get that up, and hopefully our approval over 46%. So our meat is going up. Wild animals, 12 of 20. What have you got, lady? Transporting firewood. Where are you taking that? Suppose we can upgrade the burgage plot to at least have another family there then. And then we can start to grow the families so we have more people to assign some work. And that's still also under construction. So still taking down the wood. So now presumably he will leave these tree branches or logs there, and the oxen will just come and collect them all. So that's going to need 2 for the upgrade there. So I have living space for 7 families now. So we'll just fast forward the time. Are you taking the log into storage? Oh no, to sort it. Ah, so that's now a work camp as opposed to a homelessness. Construction upgrade for the burgage plot. And then the farmhouse is also completed. So we can attach one family there. So farming cycles, if the field is not set to fallow, workers will plough it and sow crops as soon as possible. Yield will increase as it grows, as it is harvested in September during the harvest season. Okay, so we'll hit got it on there. And then we have the two people there, look, working their way through the fields. Okay, so no unassigned families to guide the ox. So we'll remove a family there. Stocks damaged by weather. Presumably that is because we have no granary. Let's slow the time down then and we'll pop a granary down. A course pit. Which one was it? Granary. I suppose we can put that over there, can't we? That should get that up and running. So it's because we have homelessness then. So again, we'll look to fix that by putting down not enough goods. Put another burgage plot just there then. So we are starting to grow, so hopefully once we get rid of the homelessness we should start to see an increase. And again we'll just fast forward the time. Oh, see, that needs stone. We don't have any stone. Well, not yet anyway. Oh no, we have 10 stone. We do have stone. Okay. So we are up to 49% on our approval, so hopefully we should start to grow in terms of families. Unassigned families need for construction works. Now that's fine, we'll just get the food carted off so we don't lose any more. And then we'll just turn that off there, just so we can get some More construction started and underway for the Burgage plots. Stolen resources nearby. Where, I wonder? Does it show us? No, it doesn't appear to. Okay. Not a worry, because I'm sure we're about to steal some more back. So, presumably because we haven't got the back here, presumably then we can't add any additional garden activity like we did here, but okay. But it's good to see how they are slightly different buildings and they're not always the same. And again, we have some sort of arch or gateway there. So why is that not increasing then? Do we have to fast forward the time? So requires refueling, so it's refueled. So let's just, again, slow the time down. Gathering, I think. The Woodcutter's Lodge. I don't think we've got any of those. But again, I'm not going to place that just yet because we don't have any families, so... But we've got 14 firewood so far. New mercenary companies available. Alright, so that shows us who has stolen our bitters and bobbies. Right, okay. So... So we are now over the 50%, so we should start to have some more families come. Presumably they are going to go to the workers' camp. People. So do we have to assign families to this? Residing families, none. General. So why has no one taken up residence here? So that's going to require refueling. Right, so we have got another family now, so... I don't really know why. Okay, we'll put another family there on the granary and we'll just sort of monitor as to what they do. I wonder if they sort of ferry around and collect everything from like the generic store. Yeah, so we perhaps do need to now construct a fire. Fuel. Firewood. Let's do that, and we'll put that somewhere like so. Just so we can get the firewood up and running, because we do not want to run out of that. A bandit in camp was sighted. Shoot him and burn him at the stake. So let's walk around our medieval fortress. Oh yeah, so that's the granary there. This is the unoccupied burgage. So once more the homelessness bug, well, it's not bug, but plague, shall we say plague, more fitting. The homelessness plague has struck once again, so I think it might be worth getting a couple of these up and running. So we'll put that there. They can go and get the berries. And then perhaps we can look to set up a stone camp there. Put a dirt road in. And again, we'll go there. A little road through. A nice road down through to the farm. So I think what we'll look to do is go there, build. Down there. 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 And there. Build. Connect it all up to the road network. Put that road in. Where do we put the little huts? We'll go there's somewhere there. There. And there. Be a nice little track there. Used to extract iron ore, iron deposits and clay. So let's put down another people, advanced livestock, upgrade that. I don't know, let's see what comes of it, who knows. But we do have another spare family. Like I said, I know we have two, but again, well, we'll have to keep one. So that's at 37%. Ploughing's done, sowing's done, crop growth 9, and then harvest. Okay, Burnfield. Wowzers. Don't want to be doing that, one wouldn't have thought. Flattening ground. Let's just hit fast forward speed. Presumably they're going to be flattening the ground down here then. Presumably now we're waiting for the wood, are we? Stone cutter camp. So the logging camp's doing quite well. Construction upgrade complete, small stable. Right, so that's put all this here. So let's fast forward the time again. So the ox is over there. Transported 2 of 2. There it is, and we'll attach a family to that, and hopefully they will start then to grab the stone. Running out of fuel. Family members joins one of the settlers, Burbage plot level 1. Okay, so saw pits. That produces the planks. Where do we put that one? Woodcutter's Lodge. There we go. So that will then hopefully enable There's both oxen now. Meat, get your meat here. Okay, so that is now producing firewood, I think. All right. So, what actually happens then is these guys go out and cut down their own trees as opposed to have to. I thought what initially happened was that. Where are we looking? I thought the logging camp basically took down the trees. These then went to the logging camp, whereas it doesn't appear to be that way. It appears that each camp will go and quite happily bring down and timber their own timber. So this does have storage. Oh wow, they actually sell the firewood then. They don't even pull together and do it. You know, I thought they'd all pull together and work as one. But clearly not. Everyone is doing their own little bit and clearly selling on to others. Storage is full. The stone cutter camp. Right, where's that then? So there's 53 there. So how does that get over to the storage? Presumably we're going to have to get a family on that then, so we don't have food and fuel. So we do have a little bit of eggs. And we also have some meat. Berries hopefully also. Although saying that, we don't have any families now, do we? So let's take that last family we assigned to the storehouse. We'll take them off. And we'll pop them on that one. And there they are. I bet this guy really hates us in the sense that he has a long commute to work. And again, back in the day with no real police or anything around to protect you, it presumably would be a rather long and dangerous walk out into the woods with these outlaws and things like that surrounding us. New mercenary companies available. So winter is approaching. So whilst I'm fairly happy we have some firewood in the process, I am mindful that we have very little in terms of food. But again, we can't go too much because the wild animals certainly is being depleted. Perhaps we do need to invest in some more fields, so let's look to do that. Farming. Works most effectively on empty land unobstructed by buildings or trees. Converts grain to flour. So presumably now that's if we put that on top of the hill. just there. We'll unpause that. That's unfortunately now going to need a family. So this is bringing over the wood. Now I assume, now that the wood's there, we just need the family to construct it. So let's take the family off that, just to see if they will get it built. There we go. So getting rather dark now. So I imagine now what's going to happen is the wheat will be transported over. Now what do we want in there then? Perhaps we can have wheat there, fallow there. That just gives us 2 lots of wheat. People suffering from disease may stop working. Access to herbs might speed up their recovery, while a varied diet increases disease resistance. So, got it on there. It looks like we're having some snowfall now. Some resources disappear when it's getting cold and reappear again when spring is here. Resources stolen by bandits. Not good. So generic storage full. Excess goods need to be moved to the storehouse, otherwise workers may stop production. Homelessness. So we have homelessness yet again. So in that case, what we will look to do is perhaps put some more homes in. Storehouse, pack station. This uses the building to set up barter connections, allows you to send and retrieve. Wowzers, that should give us quite a bit of housing now. So have the wood taken over there. We'll get rid of the family there because we don't have any wheat as yet to start milling. Settlement level increased. New development point. So, what can we spend it on? Development. orchard, sheep breeding, heavy plough, trapping, forest management, beekeeping, charcoal burning, basic armor making, trade logistics, foreign supplies. Well, choices. Suppose we'll go through the orchard route. A new message. Strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip all the people as settlement growers, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Let's form the militia. Army, create new units, new militia, militia footmen, spear militia, pole arm militia, or archer militia. So what do we actually have? So spears by the looks of it. You've created your first militia unit. The male villagers will now evenly distributed between all militia units. They will try to find the required equipment. The weapon and shield depends on the unit type, while the maximum quality of body armor and helmets depend on your village's residential level. After bringing all the necessary equipment home, the unit recruits are marked easily ready to rally. Only then will you be able to rally your unit. Okay. So we only have 16 of the 36 recruits. Right, okay, so I don't know where they are, but presumably they will be with us shortly. Work area is empty. Okay, well I don't know why, but we'll stick with it. So we have crop rotation there. We'll go crop rotation, follow and follow. So the wood is all there. We just need the family to get around to building the houses. Construct backyard, not enough wealth. So your personal money, usually collected from taxes, can be used for diplomacy. So how do we start raising taxes then? Well, at least these homes should all be built soon enough. Family members joins one of the settlers, so that gives us another family there then. Did I take the... I did, so put that off. So where are you going? So you're going to go and transport the hides. So you have a market stall. So you're selling firewood and you're selling... The bandit camp was sighted. I think we... Oh, that was the one I was looking for. A well. Provides drinking water to Burgage plots. So we can put the well just there. So I'll have some drinking water. Corpse pit. Not all deserve to be buried in consecrated ground. Use the building to get rid of any raiders' corpses quickly. Workers become gravediggers. There we go, can put a church in. Hopefully all this should start improving our approval. So we have a work area that is empty. Oh, and a new message. Raiders near. We've received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Should we track their steps? Prepare for the attack. Will be ready. Another ruler's army was sighted. Okay, so... Iron deposits. So this is giving us 11 spears here and 12 shields. Now I don't know why the families don't move into these homes that we've built them. Almost takes a bit of time. So we do have the well up and running now. Homelessness. Yes, we know. And yes, we know. The new family started moving in. So storehouse, saw pit. Let's upgrade to a large storehouse there then. We have 9 families in total. Living space, we have 15. With a population of 29. And again, we'll just fast forward the time. Construction finished for the firewood stall. We're having another one, are we? So yeah, I think what we need to look at is perhaps recruits missing. So now I'm assuming all the men are taken from our families and backfilled by the ladies. Trading post, industry, residential, logistics. Yeah, I think we're going to have to look at a trading post. Let's put that somewhere like that. And then once we have the trading post up and running, hopefully we should be in a position to start selling some of our excess sort of stone and things like that, just to bring in a bit of money that we can then start to upgrade. So let's just again fast forward the time there. What are we waiting for over here? So that should need 2 more planks and then just 10 stone. Stone's been brought over also. New mercenary companies available. New family started to move in. Brilliant. So it looks as though something else is being claimed. Again, we don't want to start picking battles too soon because we don't have any army or anything like that. Moving your units. So select the left mouse button and hold and drag to select multiple units. Command the selected units with the right mouse button. Hold and drag to form a line. Hold Alt whilst dragging to keep the formation where multiple units are commanded. Hold Control and right click to draw waypoints for a single squad. Got it. The combat strength of your unit depends on many factors. Stances. Check your army tab below to set them all. They all have pros and cons. Morale. The willingness to fight. If it reaches critical points, some stances become available. and eventually the unit will flee from battle. Fatigue. Soldiers become tired when running and fighting. When exhausted, they can no longer run or fight well. Effectiveness is the attack and defense multiplier. The unit might have had a hard time fighting uphill or archers struggling while shooting in the rain. Hold tab to expect the details. So we can give ground, slowly pushes the formation line backwards, luring the enemy to follow. Missile alert, soldiers watch for enemy missiles, chance to avoid and block. Enemy missiles is doubled, but melee defense is halved. Balanced, default stance with no bonus points and no penalties. Stand your ground. Soldiers try and stand their ground. Defense is doubled, but attack frequency is halved. And push forward. With soldiers try to push forward with their full force. Disband units and run to positions. Cover more ground at the cost of fatigue. Hold, which will stop movement and reform. So then if we hold Alt and right click, that puts them in some form of formal formation. So again, they have very, very little in the sense of armor. But again, I'm sure that will change as and when we get the development points. So we've had 13. So you know what? I think I've had enough of these darn bandits stealing from us. So I think it's only sort of fair that we go and pay these a little visit. On we go. Charge at my command. And into the woods we go. So I don't know if we're perhaps best just holding fire. So let's turn that off. We will put down one to move there, but we're not going to be running. So their effectiveness does return once they've slowed down. So that is good to see and hear. So again, what are we waiting for here? So the church is being built. Let's just fast forward that time. So that's all built. Nice little picket fence coming round. And there we go. Another ruler's army was sighted. Let's go and charge. And here they come from within the wood. So here we go. Can these fierce vice men begin to attack? One town centre. So let's check out the fighting stance of these gentlemen before we form the Royal Battle Rumble of the Spear Militia. A new message. Spoils of war. When searching through the enemy belongings, you find a stash of goods. They could not be sent to your people who surely need them, though is it right to keep them? Let's say this belongs to the treasury. So how do we essentially say we wish to claim? Presumably then we don't, and instead we'll return back to our home and our promised land. Right, so we do need to focus on the food situation now then. So the wild animals. What are we doing? So this person allegedly is transporting a dead body, but doesn't actually be appearing to carry anything. And is choosing the most peculiar way of transporting the said dead body. Interesting then. And again, there's nothing that he's carrying either. So again, that probably is our first glitch of the game that we've identified. And let's see how and or if they are buried. Okay, so people are actually buried in the ground. Maybe it's stuck, so let's just put you over there, out of the way. So slow the speed down there. And then in the backyard, not enough wealth. How is that then? Because we have money, influence, king's favour. So we do perhaps then need to look at some sort of trade. So we'll put a family on the trade post. We can export that. And export some of those. So I think if we export the stone to say 200, and again we'll do the same. Okay. Fucking hell, Aaron! Aaron! Stop banging! So what is that icon? Region wealth. Amount of money owned by villagers from this region can be used to import or convert its treasury. I think these all come to collect the stone. Fast forward that then. So presumably we move all of the goods from here into the trading post, and then they will come and collect from the trading post. So if we do a bit of a check, let's go. I don't want to lose the oh, let's just do it. Bang. On they go to get more and more things done, presumably. Work area is empty. Although it can't be, so what is it doing? So generic storage is full, okay. Homelessness, so we have homelessness once more. Not enough supplies. So I'm trying to think, have we had everyone moved in? People? No, so why are you not moving in? That's got one family, this one hasn't. We'll put a vegetable patch in on that one. And also that one. Here we can perhaps put in chicken coop. And again, that should help a little bit more with the food. So yeah, I don't actually know what we do with the hides as yet. So we've got 4 new families that have joined. We'll put a family there. Log. Put an extra space there. Get another family in. Granary. A bandit camp was sighted. Cheap goods for import, good to value export. So, do we have to set anything up? Read the trading post. Trade. So we have the trade route set up there. No idea what that actually means. But nonetheless, we have it. So, perhaps we need to look at some unlock enables trading livestock. A smithy. A malt house. Weaver's workshop. Tannery produces... I mean, yeah, I don't really know what we're going to do with leather just yet, but hey, why not? Berries into dyes. I don't think we need to worry about that just yet. So we've got that. Residential. We have that. We'll put the corpse pit there. Logistics. What else? Storehouse. Yes, we've got that. Use this building to set up a barter connection, allowing you to send and receive goods between this and another region in your command. Well, we don't have any of that just yet, so we won't worry about that. Mining. Perhaps another mining pit may be good. Iron ore deposit, perhaps. We can pop that on the road there, and we'll have that to do the iron deposit. That's clay. Berries. Clay. Iron deposit. We haven't got iron ore. Unless that's one of the same. Used to extract iron ore from iron deposits. Ah, okay. Might as well connect up some more roads. That will connect that up there nicely. And then we can put that road in also. And fast forward that. I wonder if that is something to do with our trade setup. Indeed it is. Off they go with the goods. So again we can look to perhaps an apple orchard. As we'll have a couple of those then. And here we can go chicken. There we will go with that one. Brilliant. We might as well make some use of the backyards after all. The construction of the corpse pit has also finished. Looks grim. I certainly wouldn't want to be in there, that's for sure. And it appears then the wheat is now being harvested, so we might as well crack on and have another family, or the only family, start in the windmill. Stocks damaged by the weather. So where does all the wheat go? Alright, so it gets piled into there and then carted off. And then from there, right. So yeah, we're going to have to think about it. Build the communal oven, which was where? So I'll just put it there for the time being. So once we've got the communal oven underway, that should help with our food, because at the minute stocks are dwindling. Brilliant, so I've got some more income coming in from the planks and stone that we've exported. And I've got a few more notifications, so hopefully this should soon enough be up and running with the wheat that we've got stored over here. So hello to you that's watching on Twitch, hope you're well. See if we can squeeze in a road. No, that's a shame, but hey ho, we can do one around the back I suppose. Let's cancel that, can we get it? A little bit of a dirt road. So the approval is now slowly raising. Now we're over that 75% mark. That should help with our families that are coming. So slow the time down. Where did our supply of weapons go? So we've got 10. Army. Equipment missing. It's not. Hire mercenaries. We don't want to do that just yet, I suppose, because I don't know where. Where is Imanrith? Ah. That is the one that we perhaps were looking to invade next. So we might have to do something about that. But for the time being, I think we'll stay where we are. Just because I don't know how big their army's going to be. And we've only got, well, I think 17 people to defend. Which may not be too much. So that's full of stone. See, I would say that's a bit of a shame because you can't see any of the stone under there. So I don't know whether that's still in process or sort of been you know, coming in a future update. I don't know, but it'd be nice to see the stone sort of stockpiled under that. So it looks as though we're ploughing the other field now. The first field will remain fallow to hopefully bring up that fertilisation state. So we have 10 large shields and 10 spears down there. Why has that not been taken over here then? Who knows? Okay. So we'll upgrade that just so we've got another home available. Right, I don't know why that's dropping because we've got no negative points on there. So is this starting to... disconnected from the road network, really? Right, so it has to be connected to the road in order for it to work. Interesting. So we do have 4 flour. Hopefully you should be connected, and indeed you are. So let's just put that last family on the communal oven. So all of those homes now appear to be occupied. Berries, bread and eggs. Oh, we don't have any meat though. Why do we not have no meat? Right, so presumably, because that limit's set at 10, they won't go and hunt from that area any further. So where are they? Let's have a look. People. Show home. Was that where you live? Very nice. any more points? No. Settlers' camps. Place it on empty claimed territory in order to settle it. Grants base. Right, okay, so I should have perhaps... Careful, you're about to run out of timber and block yourself by making sure you have a logging camp before placing more buildings. Okay. Now, is that going to be because we've sold the trading post? Right, in that case, let's go 50 there. And then we can sell 50 there, just so we're not selling too much at one time then. Where is the log? So we haven't got any tools as yet. Firewood we seem to be fine on. Crafting materials, so... okay, so the grain goes into the granary. Add a new horse. We don't want to do that just yet. So... So we do need to set up some more homes. A manor. So if we build that, and we'll put that somewhere there. Welcome to the Castle Planner. This is a work in progress feature. Here you can edit the layout of your castle and plan the construction of new wings and towers. When you press commit, the old layout will disappear and the new one will be constructed. For now, the cost is also fixed. Okay, so got it. So we can add modules. Walls and gates. What? Okay, so perhaps tax office. Cosmetic only under rework. Garrison tower increases the maximum retinue size by 12. An outer tower provides 10. Garrison space. Garrison units and villagers should shoot projectiles at approaching enemies. Okay, walls and gates. This is used to castle walls. Gates are created automatically when a wall is placed even over a road. Add points. I mean, what? Let's go commit there, see what happens. And again, we'll go into fast mode. But the thing is, we need some unassigned families. So let's take you from the saw pit. A bandit camp was sighted. Brill, so the bread is currently now what's saving us. Bread and eggs. So fast forward there. Enemy unit has been spotted. Oh, crikey. Oh, no, okay. We have some outlaws on the map. Not quite approaching, but they're on the map. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we can enable our troops to come together. So where is our iron going then? Let's fast forward that because we do want the manor being set up. So come on. We've got the timber, we've got the planks, we're just waiting on the stone. Some will say it is obviously slightly different from the traditional sort of castle building games. There's a bit more micromanagement involved with sort of the fields and setting things up. Right, here we go. So pause. Right, army, you guys, let's rally there. Come on. Here we go. You guys, attack. What are you doing? Crikey, we are somewhat outnumbered. You guys, I want you to stand your ground. I mean, what on earth are you doing over there? Oh dear, we are going to be killed. That is not good. Well, we have a bit of a situation, to say the least. So I think what I'll do is we'll leave it there, and we may have to revisit a autosave to perhaps build up our army. Yes, that's not too good, is it? Okay, so again, thank you for joining and watching this video. It is very much appreciated, so that I can monitor if you like this sort of content. Please hit that like button, show me if you like it. We'll go from there. Consider liking and subscribing the video ultimately for more videos and episodes moving forward. Thank you very much. Take care.